Daily Devotion with Pastor Balla for March 7th, 2023, from Proverbs chapter 4, the treasured possession. So, what is your most treasured possession? Think about it for now as we continue with Solomon's instructions to his sons about, I'm going to give it away, faith and trust in God, which Solomon calls wisdom. So, now you already know from Solomon's point of view, what his most treasured possession is. And by the way, Solomon had a lot of possessions and a lot of wealth, but faith was the most important. So let's continue with Proverbs chapter 4, beginning with verse 1. Hear, O sons, a father's instruction, and be attentive, that you may gain insight. For I give you good precepts. Do not forsake my teaching. Like any father, he wants to impress upon his children the gift of faith, the Christian faith. And that's exactly what fathers should do. They should be teaching the Christian faith to their children. Verse 3, when I was a son with my father, tender, the only one in the sight of my mother, he taught me and said to me, let your heart hold fast my words, keep my commandments, and live. So Solomon says that when he was a son, his father taught him. So Solomon is referring to King David. Again, reaffirms that parents should be teaching their children the Christian faith. And the reason why Solomon says, why it's so important, the last word of that verse reminds us, so that the children may live. Verse 5, get wisdom, get insight, and do not forget. And do not turn away from the words of my mouth. Do not forsake her, and she will keep you. Love her, and she will guard you. Wisdom, that is, the Christian faith, is indeed the greatest gift we'll ever receive. And this gift from God should be our most treasured possession. But if I ask you, what was your treasured possession before you started hearing this devotion? It might have been something else. The benefits of the gift of faith, as Solomon reminds us, is that God will love you, and God will keep you, and God will guard you. None of our earthly possessions can bring about that kind of benefit to us. Verse 7, the beginning of wisdom is this: get wisdom, and whatever you get insight. Prize her highly, and she will exalt you. She will honor you if you embrace her. She will place on your head a graceful garland. She will bestow on you a beautiful crown. I like that idea. Get insight, get wisdom. There's a sense of urgency here that Solomon wants to impress upon his sons, so that his son may continue to embrace the Christian faith. And doing so, they will wear on their head a graceful garland, the ESV says, but I like to switch those two words around for a reason. A garland of grace. And the reason why I want to switch those two words around is it puts the emphasis on grace. Faith is a gift from God. We receive it by God's grace. So grace is the garland that God puts on our head as a beautiful crown. But do we value the gift of faith like a king would value his crown? Sure, it looks nice. Sure, the metal is valuable. It may even have precious jewels in it. But the key thing about the crown is the identity. There is no king without a crown. Likewise, for the Christian, where is our identity? It is in Christ. As we are baptized into Christ, we put on Christ and we become sons and daughters of God, co-heirs with Christ. This is who we are. So we dare not lose our crown. We dare not give up the Christian faith, but we cherish the Christian faith above all things because it is truly who we are. The Christian faith is given to us as our most treasured possession. God's peace and many blessings be with you, and thank you for listening. And please take an opportunity to share this message with others. If you have enjoyed these daily devotions, please consider making a donation to Peace Lutheran Church, 24024 West Main Street, Plainfield, Illinois, 60544. Thank you again for listening.